Hello, it's Ushinro. I'm here to cast a replay that I did a few days ago. I play Doom this game, and I want to go through the mistakes that I made, the mistakes that the team made against me, and what went right, and so on. So I random Doom, so I had extra gold to start off with. And what I tried to do was go for an early Midas. You'll see it shortly. I'll just wait until everyone's spawned in. So a lot of us on our side random, so a lot of us got random gold. I decided to solo bottom lane against two heroes. I solo against Queen of Pain and Anti-Mage, who will be choosing soon. I made the unfortunate mistake of leveling up the Devour first, but I felt like I was going to be safe in the safe lane at bot. So I felt that I didn't really need to get Scorched Earth first. Now for those of you that may not be familiar, Devour is an activatable ability that you cast on enemy units such as a creep or even a jungle camp. It works on any of them, except for the wagon. And when you do it, you instantly kill the unit, and then over time you will do damage to it inside you. And depending on if you, say if you were to devour an enemy at full health, you have to digest the enemy from, say 500 HP, which is a creep, to 0. So it's generally better to weaken it first and then devour it, because sometimes you could still be devouring while the cooldown's completed. And the cooldown decreases as you level it up, and so does the mana cost. Now normally you don't want to be blocking the bottom lane, but I did a little bit, but then I realized my mistake and I just let it go afterwards. Clicking. So here's where I see two heroes and thought to myself, well shoot, I shouldn't have leveled up Devour. But luckily it actually paid off for me to level it up because they were not too aggressive. But what you should do if you see this kind of lineup is level up stats, or better yet, Scorched Earth, and prioritize Devour at a different priority level. So I got a Gloves of Haste, Tangos, and Salve, and 3 Ironwood branches. I had extra gold, so I should have gotten another set of Tangos, because if I got harassed more, I would have needed it. But luckily that was not the case, as you will see as this progresses. So what I'm doing right now is just staying back and trying to avoid being harassed, because Doom's armor is really atrocious. At 1 armor, they're practically doing 100% damage to me every time they right click me. So when I hit level 3, I'm going to level up Devour again, which you could say is a mistake, and I should have leveled up Scorched Earth so I have more HP regen in case they jump on me. And does this get... Movement speed stays the same, but the duration increases and the health and damage regen also increases. It's a great way to escape and or chase heroes. And the damage is pretty good too. It goes up to 30 damage per second, and level 1 is just great. 12 HP per second. Can do a lot when you start off. They shouldn't be letting me get those last hits right there, but Queen of Pain is a little bit too passive, and Anti-Mage should be burning my mana just with occasional hits here and there. So what I do is get some boots so I can move and go in, get a quick last hit, and get out. I was trying to save up for a stout shield, which was going to definitely delay my Hand of Midas, but I'm taking a lot of damage just from three last hits. She made the mistake of going to her jungle, and I was able to juke her a bit and prevent any more hits dealt to me. So I eat another creep, get a little bit more bonus gold. Oh, and the bonus gold that you get from Devour at 50, it's 50 plus whatever the creep is worth. So creeper is worth about somewhere between 35 and 50 gold. Somewhere between that. So you get, let's say 40 plus my current level, which would be 90 gold in total. So I get a guaranteed last hit and I get bonus gold, so it is a really good skill to level up early. The only downside is that I don't really have much escape, so what Queen of Pain could do right here is to dagger me, which would slow me down, and then right click me after, and Anti-Mage can go in and right click me as well. I don't have much armor, as I mentioned before, and the mana burn will really hurt my ability to cast spells such as Scorched Earth, or even to just grab Devour on creeps, because 40 mana out of 300 mana roughly is quite a lot. So there I am, I'm checking her. I don't know why I checked her. I think I was checking her items. If we take a look at Queen of Pain briefly, she did not manage to get daggers, and she should not be getting Scream of Pain. Versus single target, I believe that maxing out dagger first would be better. So it was a bit of a mistake for me to linger around. I don't know why I stuck around. But there it is. I lost all my health and lost a lot of my mana. I can't even cast Devour, which is relatively low cost, but at my given mana pool, it's a lot. So Lieutenant Broccoli, my buddy here, is coming here with Invis to try to harass, and he decides to lane with me from here on out. And what I do here is wander around without XP. So I'm going to pull the camps since I can't... no, I don't pull them. So this is probably a really bad play of me to stay around here, because if they jump on me, Lieutenant Broccoli, the Nature's Prophet, is not going to be able to do too much, since both the Queen of Pain and the Anti-Mage both have Blink. So if the Nature's Prophet manages to sprout one of them, they can just blink right out of it and even hit me. Oh, and as you saw, I devoured the big centaur, so I got his swiftness aura, which increased my attack speed by 15. Nyx made a nice play and allows me to get a little bit of bonus experience and eases a little bit of tension off of me. Mana Boots is very nice since I was pretty much out of mana. I pick up my Doom and I'm ready to doom anyone that comes around.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Okay. So my screen is positioned awkwardly right now because I'm afraid they're going to jump on me since the Nature's Prophet has left me. But I'm just ready to go down towards the tower rather than have my screen too far up so that I can always click down. I'm very close to my Midas right now, So I really want to play it safe. I can't afford to die. Luckily, I maxed out my Devour. Again, do not do this normally. Not unless you know your lane is safe. But by this point, I realized that they're not very aggressive. I can afford to do this. After maxing out Devour, I opted to finish Scorched Earth and then finally move on to level Death.
Bottom is missing.
Mice is being sent to me right now, and I will grab a large camp soon enough. Oh, never mind. So typically what you want to do with the Midas is go for the large camps early on to get levels, and then go for the small ones like the small satyr that I took before to get more gold. Okay, I see the Pudge. I doom him, but what I should have done is probably blocked him with my body. Although, I might have actually died if I had done that, because of the rot going on. So over here is really scary. And Anti-Mage, if it wasn't for that Nyx right there, I would have died. He would have been able to chase me all the way to wherever it ends and blink towards me. So it was a nice save by Nyx. So at this point I'm like, alright, I need health, I need mana, and I need items. I accidentally bought the components of a magic's wand, but then I realized it's not really useful. I'd rather have phase boots, and I opted to teleport straight to the top, maybe? No, I'm still waiting for my health to regenerate.
Middle is missing.
Nope. I don't see a lane that I really want to go to, so I'm just going to farm in the jungle and use my Devour to grab another creep, get a bonus 100 gold, and also get whatever ability I get. Again, use Hand of Midas on the big one to get extra experience. I unfortunately took the Satyr for my Devour, which was a mistake later on, as you will see. The reason it's a mistake, though, is that the Purge only has a range of 250, which is that. Pretty much melee range, and there is no point in me purging people in this game, other than maybe someone getting disabled by Bane. But other than that, I was primarily thinking about the slow. And Queen of Pain and Anti-Mage and even Ricky don't need the slow. So they won't even mind the slow. So I got my Scorched Earth, and then I decided to go after them and attack. I purged the Ricky so I can hit him like 3 times there. And right here I just decided to run. Because I saw the Nyx, I decided to turn around, but they didn't need me. So, more time wasted, I suppose. Did a few right clicks before devouring him, so because the extra HP on the Centaur, which is quite a lot, would have been extra time that would have been unnecessary. Again, I'm looking to use the Hand of Midas, and for quite a while I will be just roaming around the between lanes or the jungle.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Alright. I decided to wait for my Devour so I can take both creeps, both smaller ones, So we devour the smaller one because it has no ability. If a unit doesn't have an ability and you devour it when you have an existing one, it will not override any existing one. And if you do happen to have an existing ability that you obtained and you use devour on another one, say you get an alpha wolf which has crits and a damage aura, it will override it and replace the 2 slots. So I got my magic stick, or magic wand, so I can get additional burst mana. The health I wasn't too concerned about, but it was my mana pool I was really worried about, especially with my Doom costing 200 mana. That's half my mana pool. So if I can get an extra 15 times, say 100 and something mana. I think like 225 is what it is at 15 charges. If I can get an extra 225, that's half my mana pool. So I can cast another Level Death or another Scorched Earth. Or even the stun, which I don't really use. So I doom the anti-mage so he's silenced, and then I can just chase him down, right-click him. Dooming the blink heroes such as anti-mage Ricky or Queen of Pain is really really essential that I nail at before they blink, because if I get that before they escape, then they can't. I can just chase them down, and typically with blink heroes, they are very weak, and they make up their weakness in health or armor with just being able to escape. Also, if you doom an invisible hero like Ricky, the ultimate doesn't apply, and he is revealed for the duration of the doom. So right here I pick up a medallion because I was thinking about getting a Ring of Basilius, but Meepo already picked one up, and Nature's Prophet also picked one up. So I was thinking about what will give me mana regen and armor at the same time, and medallion was just perfect. It also gives a nice ability for when I'm chasing, so I can do additional damage while I'm chasing someone. The reason I opted for armor was because they had a Ricky and an anti-mage, and Doom has really bad armor to start with. He needs items to help support that. Queen of Pain is also a bit of a threat if she went a carry build, but I don't think she did. So that's a lot of damage I'm doing right here. About 240 with the DD, but still. I have about 1.5 times my damage with the bonus. Looks like Anti-Mage was opting to help deny it. There's a whiff by Queen of Pain. Really late. I don't know why she even did that when I was running away. Even if it hit me, I don't think they could have killed me. So I'm just going to go back to jungle. I decided to stack this camp so I have X. No, I don't stack it. Ushinro! Stack it! Should have stacked it. I think when I was pretty much done with it, I realized I could have stacked it though. But I moved on. Okay, it's at this point I queued up a Shiva's Guard because I don't really have much mana pool, and I still could use a lot more armor. So I pick up the plate mail first instead of the Mystic Staff because I'm really worried about the Ricky or the Anti-Mage just beating me down. So I want to make sure that I survive. As long as I can survive, I should be able to do a lot of damage. So I'm going to walk to mid. And I should have teleported, and I don't know why I'm not carrying a TP scroll, but I don't. So what I do here is just make Invoker miss, but I managed to pick it off as well. And I doom the anti-mage, and I chase him down, phase boots him. Just right click him. I don't use Medallion because I want to survive a bit more of the tower. I use Medallion on the Pudge though because he had more health, and I hit him down. somewhat close encounter. Remembering to use the Midas. Remember, use it every time you get a chance to. So at this point, I'm just more concerned about gold, so I'm not going to go for the big camps for the Midas. Once again, the Purge, not that useful. I could have used something like a Centaur, an Ursa. Well, maybe not an Ursa, but a Centaur for the aura. Or Alpha Wolf for its aura and crits. I think the best option for me, since I was going semi-carry, was the Alpha Wolf. Crits would have been a really nice way to save 2150 gold for the Crystallis. Could have opted to get that and skip that item. But I decided to go tanky. Ah, yes, I remember this. So I told them how much time is left for my ult, because I knew that he was going to escape if we revealed ourselves, and unfortunately they were a bit too impatient. I wonder why it's not showing, but in the chat I typed out that my ult had about 10 seconds left. So we missed that kill. We could have had it if they waited a little bit longer. It wasn't going to be much longer, but they decided to go. Looks like Nick's going to die here. I decided to run because I'm at half health and I don't think I can do too much. Yep, as soon as he got ulted, I decided to run. I don't think the ult was necessary for Bane to use. If he had saved that, he could have possibly used it on the push on bot. If someone else showed up. I mean, there were 5 of them there, so they could have just kept chasing him and they probably would have gotten it regardless. So, somewhat small mistakes by them, which adds up to be a lot. Like, if they had saved that, those sorts of abilities, then they might have had it for a different team fight. So I got my Shiva's guard now, so I'm going to send the courier to secret shop and then send it to me. The attack speed reduction is also really going to help in addition to my armor, so that they deal less damage to me overall, with the armor and the attack speed reduction. The activatable is really useful, but I think I only used it twice in the whole game, despite me getting it rather early. Well, it may not be rather early for a Doom. So I have 24 armor, no biggie. My mod pool is pretty set at this point, so I decided to go for, I think, additional health. Because Pudge and Queen of Pain and a bit of Bane, it's a bit scary to take a lot of the damage. I only have 1500 health, and if all of them go on me, I can survive a lot of their physical damage, but their spells, it's probably not viable. For some reason I decided not to get the big Centaur. I think I still thought that Purge was useful, but I should have realized that it wasn't going to be. So I'm just wandering around wasting time. I could be farming in the jungle, but everyone is also farming, so I guess going to Ancients is appropriate.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So I right click.
Dire's bottom
Not so
tower
great
is under
damage.
attack.
I decided to abandon because I see a fight in mid, so I want to get in position. I decided to go around and I wait here. I don't know where they are. So I don't want to jump into a team of 4. I
Dire's
see
bottom tower is
1.
under attack.
I see 2 on the minimap.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I decided to go for Ricky and hopefully doom him and kill him. But he already left by the time I got there. Take a creep. Ricky spots me. Ricky decides to stalk me, and now 3 of them are heading to me, so this is really not a good situation. And if we had wards, I would have been able to see this and prevent this encounter from happening. I even used medallion, so I lost 6 armor. But instead, for some odd reason, the Bane didn't ult me, but I was able to pick off the Ricky with my Shivas, and I used Wand, which saved me at that moment. Meepo gets a nice net, so Anti-Mage is locked in, doesn't kill me, and I'm being chased by the Queen of Pain. My Scorched Earth is expired, I have nowhere to run, I don't have a TP scroll. I decided to participate in this because I thought Meepo was going to die, and I decided to help out, despite me possibly dying. Nyx gets picked off. For some reason I thought I could take Pudge on, but by the time I reached the river I realized this is a really dumb move. And luckily Pudge wasn't there, because if he had, I probably would have died. Instead Pudge goes for the Invoker, and Invoker lives and in fact kills him, despite being hooked and being routed and ulted even. So I'm walking around. Probably a big mistake instead of teleporting around. Still no TP scroll, so if I'm needed up top for instance, I can't get there fast enough. My farm is quite good at this point. I decided to pick up the Ogre, and it's at this point I realized the ice armor is probably the best thing I can pick up right now. I'm already ahead in levels, and my right click damage is pretty good against them only because they have fewer levels. If you take a look at the experience, we are steaming ahead and we're still continuing to go up. And this is right after that. That gank. Our gold wise, we're also steaming through. 12,000 gold difference, quite good. It's only 26 minutes in. Experience per minute, I'm leading it, but I do have a Midas, so it's not unreasonable for me to be ahead. For some reason Bane doesn't nightmare me or ults me. He had a chance, I believe, before I climbed up the hill, because I don't believe I had vision. Level death him, does pretty much no damage. Still get him. Worth. A 6,000 gold difference above the next highest person. Because I have not died, I have not lost gold, and I just keep snowballing because I have not died. And as soon as I got the Shivas, I was unkillable. For some reason I thought I can kill him in the cloud, and no dust, so can't kill him. So I'm just ice armoring people who whenever I can. Just in case Ricky decides to jump on someone. Sell my wand and opt for a heart. Or at least the components of a heart. I get enfeebled, which pretty much reduces all magic or all physical damage I have, so me sticking around is not as useful, especially with my current mana pool. And my doom isn't up yet, so I might as well just go somewhere else and just linger around and farm. For some reason I didn't cast ice armor on myself. I heard a blink from someone, so I decided to investigate, and we do have a ward, so we saw that. Pudge ults me, but I don't care. Almost gets the hook in. But perhaps I should have gotten hooked. I'm saying that because if I got hooked, then I would be right next to him and I would be able to do some damage to him. But instead, Meepo gets hooked right now, and it's not looking good for Meepo. But I do ice armor him. I ice armor the one that's low, just in case he gets ganked on. Get my heart. For some reason, Lieutenant Broccoli messes up the hotkeys and traps me in and teleports there. What he meant to do was change the trees that he summoned to treants, which wasn't necessary. There are trees slightly above. Yep, another kill for me. Now the only reason I would run away from anti-mage at this point is to avoid my mana getting burned. Just like that, I lost all my mana. Doesn't matter. We have so many disables. Meepo is doing a pretty good job. And this is his first game in terms of Dota 2 of him playing Meepo. Not a fantastic Meepo, but he's doing quite well for a first time Meepo. So we get the top racks. Get one of the throne towers. I'm just tanking it because I can. 24 armor and a heart. Tower can't kill me. I think what I would have gone for next is some kind of mana regen item. Or possibly a Heaven's Halberd for the evasion. I think if I wanted to go for a mana regen, I would have gone a sheep stick for additional utility. Nature's Prophet unfortunately teleported at the wrong location. Should have teleported possibly a little bit back. So that's me as Doom. Mistakes were made by me. Like, I was too aggressive in a few of those fights. Yay. I am progression, like, the Midas may not have been needed, but I was able to use it very often, so it ended up paying off. Maybe I could have skipped the heart and gone for something else, but I wanted something to help me last in terms of hit points from their spells and their right click, so perhaps it was right. Anyway, that's the game for today. If you want to see the match ID, it will be in the description and it is up here. Thanks for watching, and you can follow me on Twitter at Ushinro, or you can watch my streams. Streams will happen every Saturday, but any other time is not guaranteed. I may stream other times, but I can't promise anything other than Saturday. Anyway, thanks for watching.